Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Welcome to the worst writer in the world with me, Rufus, and he's got no strings to tie him down. He's a real boy.
Hooray!
It's
Howard Longio. It's Howard Longio.
Howard Longnose.
Howard Pelongios.
Howard Pelonginose.
Is, of course, what's happening in A world, but in B world, I suppose I probably introduced the show, and that would go something like this. Hello, and welcome to the worst writer in the world with me, Howard Long, and with me, as ever, is my lovely head-having...
Head-having, yeah.
Also, man-having,
okay, well, at least everyone...
seating, womanizing, lovely man.
They live in A world and not B world. Because B world did sound pretty bad with all that child slavery,
yes.
right? But it's also pretty, like, the worst writer in the world intro's a lot slower and not as good.
Head necking.
It's another negative, right?
Face looking.
Howard,
yes.
That's enough about B world because they're way behind. They're still listening to The Mystery of the Golden Bus, episode 4.
That's
so
right.
they've got no idea what's going on in Collider. But
true.
I expect many of our current listeners have no idea what's going on in Collider as well because stupid, right?
Yeah, stupid.
Can you tell us what has been going on in the Collider movie so far?
Yeah, okay, I can. I remember what happened last week was I said I remember the plot so far from the previous week, which was
Okay,
Lacan was going along and he liked the big ones, didn't like the
rubbish
big ones.
jokes from last week. So this is a movie about people stealing energy from a parallel dimension, right?
Yes.
That's the basic idea.
Yeah, we've gone over that as evil British people, probably. It's usually us.
Absolutely.
Although Lacan's there as well. He's French. He doesn't like big ones.
And they were pretty bad as well. When it comes to colonising other countries, the British and the French were fighting each other for who could be most evil, right? That's
what's happened is finally something has happened to make all of our countries come together, and that is just to go and enslave somebody else. So we've gone to B world, we've enslaved everyone, we're stealing all their oil, and we're bringing it back here in order to have fusion.
How are they bringing the oil back? Because I know that like people when hang on. People when they use they have those taggers, right? That's right. No, not taggers. They have those jumping wristbands or whatever.
Jumpers, right? Yeah, jumpers.
Jumpers. And they put them on
cardigans if you're listening to this in the Americas.
Cardigans. Yeah, good translation. Well done.
Thank you.
So they put their wristbands on, and then they go to a different world, and suddenly they're in the air. So how does oil get there, right? And when oil appears in our world, is it like suddenly raining oil? Is that what they're doing?
I mean, they probably put it in barrels first. They put it in barrels, and then they just cardigan it straight over, and then these barrels just drop out of the sky. But you never know where they're going to be. So Tucker and Burbank are just driving around picking up barrels of oil.
That's their real job. But now suddenly there's men as well. They're like, this is not my job. This is not in my job description. It's dangerous to know there's barrels full of it.
I think the point is that, and I think what this whole thing's about, and the reason that there's a load of moons and the world's going to explode, spoilers, is that there's one hole that's constantly open. That's not just people dropping through. So there's just
and that's the oil hole.
Yes.
Okay.
So why people don't just walk through that in order to get to?
It's because there's loads of oil. There's loads of oil pouring through it. I mean, I don't. When I need to get somewhere, I don't think, oh, maybe I'll go down an oil pipe. I never think that. So I guess the same is true here. Yeah. People are like, no, I'll use one of these wrist machines. I will have to fall out of the sky and break my legs, but it's still not as bad as drowning in oil. All right. So So there's evil corporations are stealing oil from a parallel world.
Yes.
Penny, the journalist, is investigating this, and while investigating it, she saw someone get murdered by the bad guys, by someone who works for the corporation or whatever, and got a video of it, I think, and then got framed for it. That's right, isn't it? She got a video of the murder, but then got framed for the murder, and so now she really needs to get that video.
Yes.
Fortunately, her phone uploaded it automatically to the cloud, and
and her iPad in a flat somewhere downloaded the cloud. Because that's
also
definitely how the cloud works.
And so, in last week's episode, they went. She and Archie went to try and get the video, but while they were trying to get it, the baddies turned up and chased them away. Right.
That's right.
And then we had a big car chase.
Yeah, they had
and then
to
we
get in
that
black, dirty, ancient convertible Peugeot 404 Cabriolet, didn't they?
I see your eyes moving to where you've written that down.
No, I remembered that.
You couldn't remember it when we were doing it immediately after I said it.
Well, let me do it with my eyes closed. Soot black, dirty,
he's doing it.
Ancient convertible
he didn't do it.
Peugeot 404 Cabriolet. I did. I mean, they weren't closed all the time.
He did it with his eyes closed most of the time, but occasionally having to open them and look at where he'd written it down.
Yeah. Before each word.
Yeah. Right, in this episode, Howard, we're going to learn some real science from Howard. So let's get started, shall we?
Yes, please.
All right, so we're at the end of a very exciting car chase. Penny and Archie escaped Tucker and Burbank in their murder van by cunningly hiding under a tarpaulin. And so right now, we are in the car with Penny and Archie under the top. And meanwhile, while we look at Penny and Archie, we are listening to Moreau talking to Collins about the plot.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Interior Peugeot night. The bullet hole in the windscreen has spread. And I guess in the bit we didn't read, there was a point when Tucker was shooting at the car that Penny and Archie were driving, and they were like ducking out of the way of the bullets. So I guess there's a bullet hole in their windscreen, and now it's spread into a web of cracks which spiral off, and Archie traces them with his fingertip. Moreau's voice says, "Trust me, what harm can one little hole do?" And I guess there what we're doing is we're seeing a hole in the windscreen and how it's spreading out and causing a lot of harm on a much wider area. But Moreau's not talking about a bullet hole in a windscreen, is she?
No.
What's she talking about?
She's talking about a hole she made in reality to get to an alternate Earth, i.e. B-world.
B-world, right.
Yes, but by punching a hole in reality, it's punched a hole through all of reality, and so all the moons you can see is the moon of every single alternate Earth, an infinite pile of moon plates.
Also known as a moon dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each one's got a different meal on it, because obviously...
Yeah.
Because people are having a different meal in different places, aren't they?
Because it's all the different possibilities that you could have had at that moon restaurant you went to.
Chips.
Lack of chips.
Sandwich.
So many possibilities in the universe.
Yeah. And because the hole exists, that means anyone can travel between worlds. And what's happening is Archie, aka the Falling Man, he's figured this out. He's a physicist. He's a physicist on all these different Earths. He realizes that the universe is going to explode or implode. And so he's come to try and stop it. And so what's happening is there's millions of Archies coming to try and stop.
Ah, right. But they're all they're not working together or anything.
No.
It's just because of the nature of the multiverse.
Yes.
In stories, it's all these people are having the same idea and potentially even just kind of splitting off from one person. One person says, I better save the multiverse from this woman over there on the other side of that hole who's destroying it. But how shall I do that? And then he comes up with like 10 different plans, and that creates 10 different universes and 10 different Archies who all go to try and stop it.
Yeah, definitely.
So we are in the car with Penny and Archie.
Yes.
Archie finds a photograph of Penny with a handsome man on the dashboard. He notices her noticing. Archie says, "I'm sorry." "Don't be. As marriages go, it was a disaster."
Yeah.
Probably because I often didn't go home for a month and didn't notice anything was wrong when he didn't answer the phone for a month.
See that photograph? That's the only time I ever met him.
In his opinion, we weren't married.
Yeah.
No, she says, as marriages go, it was a disaster. And Archie says, okay. To which Penny says, you're a man. Why is it they either want to fuck me or save me? I can handle being objectified, Archie, but I really can't take the pity. Well, okay, here's a theory for you. Do you spend a lot of time naked over a shark tank? Because how did you know? Well, you said men tend to want to fuck you or save you. Is most of them save you? Yes, about 95% of them want to save me.
Yeah.
But there's always a few weirdos who are turned on by me just like being naked over that shark tank all the time.
Fair enough.
I can handle being eaten by sharks, but I can't take the pity.
This is like the plot of all superhero movies, isn't it? Where at the very end, Mary Jane Watson's in trouble and Spider-Man's got to decide whether he's going to save her or a bunch of school children in a bus. But instead, she's naked and hanging over a shark.
And Spider-Man's got to decide if he wants to save her or but by saving her, he deprives the shark of its dinner. So he's got to, like, in the same moral quandary of children or girlfriend, he's like, woman's life or shark's dinner. Which one's more important? It's difficult. Archie says, why would they pity you? Did you not hear what I said about the shark tank?
To be honest, the only one that's ever really pitied me was B.A. Baracus.
But then I gave him some milk and he died. On a plane. All right, joke done. All right, moving on. No, but Archie says, why would... Well, no, Archie doesn't use her voice. Archie says... Why would they pity you? Stop making fun of my voice. Oh, why would they pity me? Look at me over my shark tank. Fuck off, Archie. Yeah. No, Archie says, why would they pity you? No, enough about me. Your turn. What's your problem? Wow. Fucking hell. I mean, my main problem is a woman came into a bar while I was drinking and pulled a gun on me and embroiled me in this fucking... Now there's a load of people who want to murder me. What's your problem? Archie says, my problem? Your deal, look at you. You're like a depressed bear. I think you've identified my problem. Yeah. I don't know why you're asking the question. I am a depressed bear.
Yeah, and the reason he's depressed is because somebody shaved him.
Put him in clothes and made him sit in a pub. Yeah. Now, listen, it's not the bear that's depressed, it's the donkey that's depressed. The bear's quite cheerful and optimistic. All right? Oh, what I am is a depressed donkey. Now, Archie says, I got laid off, yet again. Objections over my reputation. Penny says, what did you do? Fool around with your students? You look the type.
She's freaking casting aspersions, isn't she? You're like a depressed bear. You definitely have sex with underage people.
You look like a depressed bear paedophile. Right. Do you remember what's been going... Like, you pulled a gun on me and made me come with you. What do you mean I look the type? I don't look the type to have sex with anyone. A hot woman came in and basically propositioned me in a pub. She was all like, let's go back to my place and look at a video. And I said no. Right, I refused. And you took me there at fucking gunpoint.
Only because you thought I was too old.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to live in the woods with the other depressed bears. So Archie says, no, I scammed the Nobel Prize Committee.
Wow.
To which Penny says, when? Wait, you're the cold fusion guy. That's right. I like to be called Mr. Freeze, though. Anyway, do you want to hear my great ice puns? If you like, I can turn you to ice and then ask you what killed the dinosaurs and then wrongly tell you that it was the Ice Age. You're the cold fusion guy.
Oh.
Shit, I remember that. They almost bought it. Of course, people are desperate for fusion.
Yes.
You know what people are like with fusion. You're like, hi, I've got some fusion. Do you want it? Oh, they all.
You got any fusion?
What?
You got any fusion?
Yeah, they love a bit of fusion. They're like, yeah, give me £500, then I give them an empty box.
Well, welcome to Sainsbury's. How may I service you? That's what I'm going to say. Welcome to Sainsbury's. How may I service you needs? You got any fusion?
Yeah, of course I have. Here you go. There's a box of fusion.
Aisle 6 next to the cornflakes.
People are desperate for fusion. More power, less waste. They're easily blinded. But I guess you know all about that. How do you mean? That's why you're investigating Collins, right? And Eon. Magnetic fusion. You think that's bullshit? Well, I mean, look, the elephant in the room with electromagnetism. I mean, I know this is going to make sense if I keep reading, but that's good. Listen, the elephant in the room with electromagnetism is over there with a load of forks stuck to him. All right. Anyway, that's enough. Anyway, back to fusion.
I mean,
I just wanted to notice that elephant.
I mean, that really is that's the most in the room elephant in the room ever, isn't it? One that's got forks all over it. It's not just even a regular elephant in the room. It's like, why's that elephant got forks all over it?
Yeah, don't say anything. No, you're not allowed to mention the elephant in the room or the fact that he's covered in forks.
So they're not even...
The elephant in the room with electromagnetism. And it's a big fucking elephant. A lot of forks, right?
A whole lot of forks.
So many
all of the forks.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a big fucking elephant.
The only people who are eating anymore are Chinese people.
All these English people sitting around going, how can I eat my sandwich? There's no fork. How can I eat this soup? How will this cereal work now? There's no forks. Anyway, the elephant in the room.
The electromagnelephant, yes.
Is.
The electromagnelephant in the room.
Is that it's at the same time attractive and repulsive. that elephant, right? The problem with that elephant that's in the room is that, like, it's attractive, but it's also repulsive. I want it, but I don't want it.
Yeah.
Penny says, what does that mean?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, it makes controlled fusion damn near impossible for a start. Think of a balloon.
No. No, thank you.
Go on, think of a balloon, please. All right, look, if you don't think of a balloon...
Why do you want me to think of a balloon?
If you don't think of a balloon, then I'm going to get a piece of paper and I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to punch a hole in it with a fucking pencil, okay?
Okay, balloon.
So you might want to think of a fucking balloon.
Okay, I'm thinking of a balloon. Ooh, what a lovely balloon.
All right. Think of a less lovely balloon. You're getting too aroused by that balloon. It's just a normal balloon, okay?
Okay.
Think of a balloon. You take an
I made a dog from my balloon.
No. Think of a balloon that no one is making a dog out of. Right? It's just a normal balloon that's not.
I made a ducky. I made a ducky from my balloon.
No. It's like a normal round balloon that you can't make a balloon animal out of. Okay, it's just a balloon. You take an inflated balloon. When you squeeze it, the gas inside moves. It bulges out. She appears to have stopped listening. Yep, we are all Penny in this scene. Archie started yamming on about balloons to explain science. It's like that fucking movie trope of, I'll explain science to you in a way that normal people will understand, and therefore the science will be utterly fucking wrong. Oh no, hang on. I'm being unfair to Howard Long, the writer, here, because I think what Howard is doing is actually taking the piss out of that trope rather than using it because of what I just saw happens next. I think it's meant to be stupid because you're like, think of a balloon. You take an inflated balloon. When you squeeze it, the gas inside moves. It bulges out. She appears to have stopped listening, her mind elsewhere. Archie says, okay, yeah, don't think of a balloon. But you trust me. Realistically speaking, they're years, decades away from perfecting it. Okay, so he started explaining the whole electromagnetic elephant thing, and then just gave up. Brilliant. He started doing a brilliant movie metaphor, and she stopped listening immediately within about 8 words. And he went, "Yeah, sorry, no, that was stupid. I won't do it." And then he didn't do something else. He wasn't like, "Here's my second great metaphor." He's like, "Just forget it. Just believe me." Yeah. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm the expert. It doesn't work, and it's never going to happen, and they're lying.
Yeah, that is good. I like that. Penny suddenly screeches to a halt on the hard shoulder. Archie says, "What the actual fuck?" That's why they only let Koenig's team in. What? To check the validity of their claim. They refused entry rights to everyone except Koenig. Hans Koenig? No, John Koenig. No. Penny says, they said they were protecting their methods from prying eyes. But if what you're saying is right, it could just be there is no fusion. Sure. Get a renowned scientist to confirm your false claims.
Oh, God, Archie, shut up. Shut up. So dull. No wonder he's fucking a depressed bear sitting getting drunk in a pub, because whenever he opens his mouth, he's the most boring man on earth.
I mean, he was alone.
Yeah,
All his friends left him a long time ago.
She's going to be like, oh, I wish I'd dragged this man out at gunpoint. He's so boring.
I wish I'd gone to the pub next door and got someone better.
Let me show you with this balloon what I mean. Imagine Koenig is this balloon. If you squeeze Koenig, the gas moves around inside Hans Koenig. Actually, don't imagine that Hans Koenig is his balloon. No. Ignore me.
Just take my word for it. If you squeeze Hans Koenig, his gas moves around. Is this going to be a running thing for you? Is this going to be a running gag? Because I don't think I like it.
Probably is now. Yeah.
No. But I'll tell you what, right? Imagine that my running joke is a balloon. If you squeeze my running joke, its gas moves about. Actually, don't imagine. Just take my word for it that my joke's gas moves if you squeeze it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes. A rich vein of comedy.
The balloon vein.
Every time she says anything, he's going to start talking about a balloon and squeezing it.
Well, her next line is, but then, if it is a lie, where are they getting the energy from? Well, imagine they're getting it from a balloon.
Yeah.
No, wait, don't
imagine they're getting it from a balloon.
Don't imagine they're getting it from a balloon. Just take my word for it, they're getting it from a balloon.
Yeah.
No, that's an important question because it's the end of the scene. The big thing that she's just learned is there's this energy company that's providing energy for the whole world because they've got cheap, easy fusion.
Yes.
Or so they claim. But Archie's saying, nah, they're just lying about the fusion because of that. And I know that because of the electromagnetic elephant. If you need me to explain it, I can do it with a balloon. But so Penny said, the big question, if fusion is a lie, then where are they getting all that energy from? I wonder if it's B-World.
Yes.
Right? So that's the big question.
Yeah, and that is the big answer.
I wonder if bees are involved in some way. All right, next scene, exterior, B-World. The pump jacks work through the night, and above them all, the Eon building stands like a beacon.
Stands like a beacon. I mean, do beacons stand? I mean, what is that? Above it stands like a beacon? Yeah, they do. Okay, carry on.
I think bees can stand. It stands like a bee can. All right? I think that checks out. I mean, it flies like a bee can, and it collects pollen like a bee can. Then it makes honey like a bee can, and then it has a queen like a bee has.
Yeah.
So we are now leaving Penny and Archie and going to interior Eon building, satellite control, B-World.
Is this where Spackman is?
I don't know, Lacan.
Lacan, he's French.
Yes,
if anyone can, Lacan can. Oh, hello, I've got to do a dance now. Because I said Lacan can.
I wonder if I'm capable. La 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 can. La 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 can. La 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 can. La 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 can. La 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 can. I'm doing the can. Oh, the can music. I see you are familiar with the can music.
Yeah.
So, on a large wall monitor, Lacan watches footage of the ambush.
Right.
His assistant pulls up an image of the missing Weasley guard.
His assistant, LeCant. Oh, I failed.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You had the better self-destruct now, LeCant.
Oh, dear.
Lacan and LeLid. I don't know why you called LeLid. Cans do not have lids.
Lacan and Lacan opener. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I don't think I want to work with you.
Got no choice. I'm in your head already. Getting your bins out, Lacan.
Oh, but it took me a moment. I was like, why is he taking the bins out? What's that going to do? What's that got to do with a can opener?
That is definitely what I said.
Oh, can opener. I'm taking your bins out.
Taking the bins out.
Oh, thank you very much.
Then I'm going to do the washing up.
I'm putting the bin liners in. Okay, I've cleaned your kitchen. Bye milk.
Get his fat pants. Bye.
On a large wall monitor, Lacan watches footage. Probably footage of. Oh, look at that! I've got some video of tall children. look at the big one and another big one. No. He watches footage of the ambush. Oh, this is the kids ambushing the bus, I guess.
Yeah, he's probably
is it, or
big.
is it another one?
Yeah. So there might be some big ones there you can look at.
His assistant pulls up an image of the missing Weasley guard.
He is very big. Is he a kid?
Is very big and very Weasley. And also, this woman called Molly is asking where he is. Apparently, her clock says he's dead. Now, some Harry Potter fans are going to like that joke. I think. I'm not sure I'm getting it quite right. Apparently, Molly Weasley's clock says the Weasley guard is dead. It's pointing to dead. His hand is pointing to dead, okay? So, the computer uses facial recognition technology on the escapees. All accounted for, except one. One is missing. The computer zooms in to give an image of Pony. So the computer zooms in to give an image of Pony. So we know that Lacan is probably now going to go after Pony, I guess, right? Is that what's going on? That's bad, because Pony escaped, right? Did she? Because she was chased by the Weasley guard.
Yeah,
then she blew him up with her.
Yeah, she blew up as well. The tree blew up and she got flung.
Oh, and she was like, last time we saw her, she was still. And we don't know if she was still dead or still alive.
Yeah.
Exterior B-World. From the Eon building, Lacan's motorbike speeds in the direction of the old city. I'm just going out on my bike looking for tall children. Lacan comes to a halt in desolate scrubland. Here lie the ambush... Not the ambushed.
Hello.
Here lie the ambushed, mangled remains of the bus and dead bodies. Lacan points out some of the taller corpses. Oh, look, there's a tall corpse. There's another tall corpse.
Look how long that skeleton is. Oh, man.
Lacan revs his engine. Lacan speeds towards a small mound.
Oh.
Lacan jumps the mound and soars through the air. Whee! Lacan, with his bike, falls.
Ooh, he's a stunt faller.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He goes through a hoop of fire and falls.
Exterior countryside, Monmouth night. Lacan flies into existence on his Harley Davidson and lands coolly. He lands in a cool way on his Harley, spins and comes to a rest beside the ruined tree. A dismembered leg lies in the grass, and Lacan says, a leg. Lacan. In this script, I'm not interested in legs. I'm only interested in, I've got over the leg thing, okay?
Yeah, sure?
Now, I'm interested in tall children. I like those.
Seems like people are just like leaving legs lying around to tempt him, though, aren't they? Going, no, I told you I'm not interested in legs anymore.
And why is he so interested in tall children? Because their legs are longer. Lacan takes out a tagger remote, scans, nothing, no signal. He puts on night vision goggles with infrared heat detection. POV Lacan, a trail of blood leads off to the north. Hang on. He put on night vision goggles with infrared heat detection to see a trail of blood. So are we suggesting that blood is still hot?
Hot blood.
Lacan starts his engine and heads off on the trail of Pony using his blood detection goggles. Exterior, the cabin by the water. Forest of Dean, night. Penny and Archie exit the Peugeot. Just says Peugeot now because they washed it. As Penny slams her door, the whole windscreen shatters.
Oh, shit.
Penny shrugs. It's a short walk along the river to the cabin. Archie says, at night, it's scary as hell. because we're going to a cabin in the woods. I know we're not specifically in a horror movie, but the fact that it's a cabin in the woods, I think we should be a little bit nervous about. There's probably a load of various monsters in glass boxes underneath it. Am I remembering the right movie there? That's the cabin in the woods, right?
Yeah, I think it's called that, yeah.
I don't watch a lot of horror movies, but I was tricked into watching that one because it sounded interesting, and it wasn't.
It was awful.
Yeah, it was really bad. But I think I read something about it that made it sound like a really unusual, interesting movie, and then I watched it, and it was.
I feel like I read
true.
something similar, and it absolutely was not true.
Yeah, Archie says at night it's scary as hell, but in the daytime it's beautiful. Because they only bring those boxes up at night, so in the daytime it's still quite pretty, but then they bring the monsters out of the boxes. Penny says, "Is that Eon? Beyond the forest are a veritable festival of lights. Ooh. Don worked there as part of team on the Super Collider. I'm supposed to sound intelligent. Don worked there as part of the team. No, a team. I don't know what it's meant to be. Nothing sounds more intelligent. Don worked there as part of team on the Super Collider." That's what it says.
Fuck you! It says the team. You just can't see it because you don't have Howard vision.
No, that's true.
The ability to see missing words.
I wish I did have Howard vision. On reaching the cabin, Archie knocks.
Why? Oh, okay.
There was some hoo-ha. There was some hoo-ha. He got booted out. He bought this place to spy on them. I don't know if I'd mentioned, but he's certifiable. Penny says, "Doesn't look like he's home." Archie knocks harder. That'll make him be home. If I knock more.
I suppose if Donald Children is actually certifiable, then maybe he isn't on B World and that's all in his head. He's in this cottage right now, having a sleep.
Yeah, he's in this cottage hallucinating exploding children. Let's hope so, because that means children aren't really exploding, and that's a good thing. Dawn, you in there? Dawn. Dad, Dawn. Dawn, Dad. Dad, Dawn. Penny says, "He's not here." So Archie says, "Don Childs, it's your embarrassing progeny." Penny says, "He's not here." Archie rescues a key from under the porch.
Thank you. I've been under this rock for 3 years.
All right, so Penny and Archie have gone to Don Child's cabin for some reason. Interior cabin. Ooh. The door opens and Archie tries the lights.
Tasty, he says.
Yeah. No, he tries the lights. They don't work.
Ah.
Archie says, "The generator needs cranking." I'm going to go and crank the generator. And listen, Penny, it's not a euphemism, okay? I'm literally going to crank the generator. Yeah. Okay, Archie, you go and do what you need to do, you dirty... No, it's not.
You've got me completely wrong. What I've got to do is I'm going to go and find Jimmy Cranky from the Crankies. And he's going to cranky the generator.
Oh, Archie, you're so old and your references are so out of date. But I'm starting to think I like that about you. And maybe bonking will happen soon. I'll tell you what, that's the first time I've used bonking in 20 years. Or possibly ever. Yeah. I'm not sure I've ever said the word bonking to mean sex before.
Yeah.
I think it's because you mentioned Jimmy Cranky and then my vocabulary regressed to like the mid-80s somewhere.
I think the idea that you've never said the word bonk before is unlikely, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially because when you went to France that time and you had to take out some money.
No, I was like, excuse me, can you tell me the way to the money shop? Because I didn't want to be rude.
No, because you would have been like, I have lots of bonking I need to do. Could you show me the way to the bonk, please?
No, it's okay because in these modern days, you don't have to go to the bonk. You can do online bonking.
You can. Everyone's doing online bonking, especially
Everyone's
now.
doing online bonking now. So it's not as embarrassing in France anymore. You go to a stranger and say, "Can you tell me where I can bonk?" You're like, no. Oh, I'm on the internet swiping right. Bonk, yes, bonk, please.
Brilliant.
for anyone who doesn't speak very, very basic French, who didn't do super basic French at school, bank in French is pronounced a little bit like bonk in English. So when we say, "Can you tell me the way to the bonk?" That's what we're referencing.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for anyone who hadn't figured that out.
Yeah, that was a super confusing conversation for them. Yeah. Why are they talking about going to France and doing online bonking? It's really weird. God, they're so surreal.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not. It's just you don't get us. It's just you're not clever enough. Listeners,
we're just so niche.
Yeah, no, if anyone who thinks that we are surreal, there's two possibilities. One, there's three possibilities. One,
wow.
You could be too young to get our references. Like when Howard says Jimmy Cranky and you're like, he's probably just making noises. That doesn't mean anything. He's probably just making weird noises. Like, a cranky Jimmy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like a weird thing that a crazy surrealist might say. But if you're old enough and British enough, you know that Jimmy Cranky was a woman. Who pretended to be a child, who pretended to be a schoolboy, and meanwhile her husband pretended to be her dad.
Yes.
And they were very popular on light entertainment TV shows in, I guess, the 80s and 90s. And that's what Howard was referencing. So it wasn't weird or surreal. It was just super, super out of date and niche. Right? So those are the first two possibilities.
Yes. But also, when Rufus says it wasn't weird, I mean, like, he's not talking about the Crankies. That very much was weird.
Super fucking weird. Yeah. What I'm saying is Howard wasn't weird.
No, I'm not
the
weird.
Crankies absolutely were, and I think still are.
Yeah.
Right. And the third possibility, and I think it's very important that we don't, skate over this one too quickly. The third possibility is you're just not clever enough for us. Right? When you listen to us, you're not really getting the references. You're not understanding what we're getting at. Even if you are old enough and British enough to remember the Crankies, a lot of it still goes over your head because you're kind of stupid. So when you go online and say, "Oh, I really like their shows. They're really surreal," you're wrong, and you're stupid, and you're probably young and American as well. And that third one's okay. That's okay, but the first two are unforgivable, quite frankly. Being stupid and young, you're unforgivable. Yes.
I endorse your message.
And I say it with absolute sincerity. Anyway, to prove how smart we are, let's get back to a real example of our cleverness. Howard's script Collider. So Archie says, "Generator needs cranking." Right. And then Archie searches Archie searches the kitchen cupboard and pulls out a short woman. Dressed as a boy.
She's saying "Fan-dabby dozy."
Again, everybody who's not aware, "Fan-dabby dozy" was the catchphrase of little Jimmy Cranky, who was, let's not forget, a middle-aged woman pretending to be a boy. All right. Archie searches the kitchen cupboards and pulls out a lamp.
But is he going to rub it? Is a genie going to come out? Is this story about to get good?
I hope so. I don't think he is, because what he says is, "Lighter."
Well, you wouldn't need a lighter for a lamp, would you? Just plug it in. What's he doing? So I was thinking when he took a fucking lamp out of a drawer, I'm thinking like he's got a, like a standard lamp or a bedside table lamp, right?
Oh, right, okay. I mean, there is like a kind of battery-operated lamp that you can, a thing that you would call a lamp, but
True.
No, you mean a bedside lamp.
Yeah.
Have you got a plug socket? Because I need to plug this in somewhere. No, I think he's got a gas lamp. Yeah. Some kind of lamp that needs a lighter anyway.
Probably needs gas as well then.
Penny hands him her cigarette lighter and he lights the lamp. Hey, wait a minute, this is a battery-operated lamp. Fuck, give me a fire extinguisher, quick.
Penny hands him a lighter and he sets fire to the lampshade. The person...
This is a bedside table lamp.
The person who was pretending to be a lamp with a lampshade on their head screams and runs around the cottage.
Little Jimmy Cranky screams and runs around shouting,
"Fan-dabby don'tsy." Almost makes sense.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. This is the first time in my life I have laughed at Little Jimmy Cranky's catchphrase. All right, so he sets fire to Little Jimmy Cranky. Little Jimmy Cranky shouts, "Fan-dabby don'tsy," and dies. And then Archie gets a regular battery-operated lamp out of a different drawer
Clever.
and switches it on.
Also known as a torch.
Yeah, he gets a torch out. Yeah, sure. Archie says, "Here." But it doesn't say he gives the lamp to, or he gives the lighter back. It doesn't say why he says here. It says he opens the fridge and takes a swig of milk. He said the generator needed cranking, and then I assumed he was getting a lamp so he could go and see the generator to crank it. But then he lit the lamp and he was like, no, first things first, I need a drink of milk. And also, I mean, his next line is, he's been here recently. So I guess he's trying the milk to see just how off it is, to decide how long it is since Donald Children's been here. But what a brave man to not to sniff it first. He's just like, straight away, okay, let's drink this milk and see how long I spend vomiting, and we'll use that length to decide how old this milk was. Okay, I was 4 days vomiting. That was probably some pretty fucking old milk. No, but his gamble paid off because he took a swig, everything was fine, and he says he's been here recently. There is a creak.
Oh, I think it's found Jimmy Cranky's still alive.
They both tense up. They speak in whispers.
Did you hear that, Jimmy Cranky, just then? I did hear. Yeah. He said Fandabby don't see, didn't he?
They speak in whispers. Could be dawn. And if it's not... Archie heads to a cupboard and opens it, illuminating, amongst other things, a shovel and a shotgun. Ooh. Archie hands her the lamp and grabs the shotgun. He finds a box of shells and loads it.
Oh, well, question.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Usually when we make the same joke, it's like it's not surprising that we did it, but I feel on that occasion I am a bit surprised that we both went for the same, just because of the word
shells.
In a completely different context, we're like, oh, well, question.
Well, it's interesting because earlier, I don't know whether it was before this started or what it was, we were discussing how you felt that like you were getting slightly smarter as you got older, and I was saying that I was getting stupider.
And no, I didn't say I was getting smarter. I was saying I think past me is an idiot.
Okay,
but that's just perspective. That doesn't mean I'm cleverer.
I'm not saying that you were boasting. I'm just saying that you felt like you were getting further away from the idiot you were as a child, whereas I think I'm getting further away from the genius I was as a child. And maybe that joke there was just the point where we met.
Where we intersected.
Right in the middle.
Finally, this is the moment we are the same. But what that means, if you think about it, is that from like every moment before now, you have been cleverer than me.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
But every moment after this one, I will be the clever one. Yeah. At last, finally, my time is here.
And I think that if you listen to everything that we've done previously, I think that fact is borne out quite clearly.
Yeah, fair enough. Pretty clear. Everyone's always known it, except me because I was so stupid. But now I can know it too, and you will probably forget
That's it. Well, it's true. You've just realised that I'm smarter than you, or I was.
Just in time for me to be smarter than you. Hooray! And that means I, at least, have always been the one that believed he was the smart one, even though half the time I was wrong. So he finds a box of shells, does the Annalisa joke, and loads it. He finds a box of shells and loads it. Okay. Dawn, are you here? Because I'm going to shoot you if you are. Another creak. It's coming from the bedroom.
Oh, somebody's doing it. Don's in there having sex, right?
Let's find out. They tiptoe over. Archie pushes open the door with the barrel of the shotgun. It creaks open. Thank fuck. It's just the hinge. Wait a minute. So the door creaks open. He's like, oh, it's okay. It was just the door opening and closing itself. And the hinge creaking. Everything's fine. There's definitely no one in this house. The hinge was making the noise.
Yeah. Well, it's an old cabin, isn't it? So maybe the hinge has come alive because it's been there for such a long time. That's not where you thought I was going with that, was it?
No, it wasn't, but I'm really pleased you did. I'll tell you, Penny, I think I've worked it out, right? It's a pretty old cabin, and you know how old, like, wooden houses get. They come alive and start moving on their own.
Normally what would happen in a movie is a cat would come out. I mean, that's what should have happened, right?
Yeah, and then they'd go, oh, thank fuck, it's just a cat, rather than, oh, thank fuck, it's just a living hinge. Now I feel much more relaxed. Then the next line is, they sigh with relief. But then another sound.
Shit.
They freeze.
Wow, it's Mr. Freeze.
Arnold Schwarzenegger comes in and tells them that they killed the dinosaurs.
They did. What killed the dinosaurs? You did.
Yeah. And if you think we're being surreal, and you haven't watched the old Batman and Robin film with Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Archie nods at the bed. Penny nods back.
Wait a second, so she's the bed? What's going on?
All right, so Penny and Archie heard a noise from the bedroom. So they went to investigate, and they know there is someone under the bed. Okay, we know you're under there.
Oh, right. I was going to say, we didn't need to nod at the bed and nod back then.
No reply.
It's more like if you're going to sneak over and not do it.
Yeah, or you're going to shoot the bed.
Okay, let's sneak around and shoot the bed.
Tickle his feet.
Yeah, not surreptitious, sneaky. We know you're under the bed.
Yeah.
Where all assassins kind of are.
I mean, when you're a kid, that's true. There's a monster under my bed. There's probably an assassin.
Yeah, well, who does he think's under there anyway? What's going on? I guess they were chased earlier.
I'll tell you who's under the bed. It's an assassin I know called Mike Onster. His name's Mike Onster. He's been chasing me for years. When I was a kid, he was always under my bed or in my wardrobe sometimes. Every time I switched the light off, Mike Onster came to get me. And now he's back. Suddenly, I'm in a house in the woods, and it's dark, and suddenly Mike Onster's here. I don't think Mike Onster's real. No, he is. He's under the bed. I'm going to shoot the bed. Okay. So all that Mike Onster stuff happens.
That definitely happens. It definitely happens.
So he says, okay, we know you're under there. No reply. I have a gun, so don't try anything stupid.
Mm-hmm. Like what? Like clowning?
Yeah.
Like doing juggling?
Yeah, do a bit. Don't try any juggling. You're under a bed.
Don't you do anything with custard pies now. Got a gun.
Yeah. If you grab a bucket and pretend to throw water over me, but it turns out to be confetti, I'm going to shoot you. All right? All right, Mr. Onster.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, I thought you'd like it.
Sorry about hiding under your bed for your entire childhood. I thought it was a little bit of fun, you know.
I thought you'd enjoy a clown under your bed.
Yeah.
I forgot that most people are actually quite scared of clowns. I have a gun, so don't try anything stupid. No reply. I don't want to hurt you, but don't think I won't. Ooh. No reply. Penny says, you think maybe you're talking to a raccoon? No. If I was talking to a raccoon, I'd be saying, hey, Mr. Raccoon, do you want some bin rubbish? Do you want some bin rubbish? I don't know much about raccoons. He crouches down, she follows. As he gets down on his side to peer under the bed, he is booted squarely in the face.
Shit! All he wanted to do was pee under that bed.
What?
He had to peer under the... Oh, peer.
Peer. As he gets down on his side to peer under the bed, he is booted squarely in the face. Someone under the bed, who is probably not a raccoon, just kicked him in the face.
With boots.
The shotgun goes off accidentally, blasting an old wash jug to smithereens. An old wash jug. Because suddenly we're in Victorian times.
Well, we are, because we use the word smithereens as well. Who uses that?
Yeah. I've blasted the commode to smithereens. The porcelain commode.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. They have gone back into the past, haven't they? When they got to this cabin, there was a lamp that required a cigarette lighter.
Absolutely. An oil lamp, yeah. Jimmy Cracky was there. I mean, that's fucking old, right?
Yeah.
So the shotgun goes off accidentally, blasting an old wash jug to smithereens. Archie knocks into Penny, who in turn drops the lamp, which scudders across the floor.
Wow.
I think you just got your thesaurus out. You're super bored at this point. I'm going to use some new words. All right, scudders.
Yeah.
From under the bed, a figure scrabbles out, trying to escape, but Archie has grabbed it. It struggles to get away.
Oh my God.
Archie says, I got him. Penny retrieves the lamp and brings it to shine on the intruder. It is a pony. Fucking hell. It's a fucking small horse. Shit. No, it is Pony with an I.
Oh, right.
From B-World. Penny says, it's just a child. What? Archie lets go off Pony. Pony immediately runs to Penny and clings to her.
Yep. There we go. This is a unfortunate naming system here, isn't it?
Pony and Penny. It sounds like a kid's TV show.
Yeah.
At least, because it's a movie, you can get through quite a few scenes with no one using anyone's name.
This kid never speaks, does she? So,
really?
So that's all right. We'll never find out her name anyway, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we won't have to go to the kitchen and say, like, we're going to need a penny pony, said Penny.
Pony immediately runs to Penny and clings to her. It's a child. Hey, there, you're fine. I'd be good at reassuring a child, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Penny shrugs at Archie. Archie says, I'll get the lights. Finally, could have done that first. Go and crank the fucking generator, Archie. That's your job here. All right, so we're in the shed. The doors are open, looking out onto the cabin. By the light of the lamp, Archie cranks the generator handle.
Ooh,
crank,
lovely.
Crank. That's what it says. Crank, ... and it's running. Archie sees the lights flicker on in the cabin. Next scene, interior cabin, night. Penny is tending to Pony's wounds as Archie enters. She said anything? No. Hey, kid, have you got a name? And I don't want you to just name animals, all right? She stares back. Doesn't answer because she knows that if she says her name, Archie's going to think she's just naming animals. He's going to be upset. And he's got a gun.
He's got one rule.
No, he says, no. If you don't tell us, we get to pick. I'm going with horse. I'm a hypocrite, okay? No. If you don't tell us, we get to pick. Yeah. She stares. Okay. Squirt it is.
Squirt? I think
I'm going to call you Squirt.
I'm going to call you Steve Cranky, because you look like a big old man.
Steve Cranky. Because you look like a cross between a big old man and an old woman who pretends to be a boy. Steve Cranky. All right, so he says, okay, Squirt it is. He's going to call her Squirt. Then he spots a whiteboard covered in math. Ooh. And I know the fact that it's math, not maths, that must mean it is our math. All right? That math belongs to us. It's not his math or his maths. It is our math, okay?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I think you've gone insane.
Archie says, what the What? Archie is straight across the room scanning the board. Why are you scanning it? I can't look at it like just directly. I need to look at it on a computer screen, okay? So I'm just using my handheld scanner.
Yeah, I'm going to get it on a laptop.
What is it? I think it's an answer. Ooh. It says to get to the other side.
Yes.
I think it might be an answer, but we just need to work out what the question is.
Yeah.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. If you'd like to get involved with or see the entries to our Spackman cosplay and art competition, then join the Worst Writer group on Facebook.
Or Spackbook, as we're calling it now.
Or Face Spack. Yeah, anywhere you like, really. And you'll see some people have already done some fantastic entries. We'll be talking about them in the next few weeks.
Hooray!
If you want more wonderful audio entertainment by us, then join the gang for as little as $2 a month on patreon.com/manbycow. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye, Milk.
Bye-bye.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.